Welcome back to Blood 2 The Chosen. Last time we took a tour through a meatpacking plant. It was both educational and delicious. Today we're heading for another train station because Caleb is the kind of big dummy that doesn't see patterns. Well, except patterns in enemy placement, and only because I end up having to play each level at least 3 times to get a good recording of it. The cell is going to be an interesting experience for me because the game seems to want to experiment. Now, instead of every enemy refusing to drop health under any circumstances, it's going to be ammo that I need to scrounge for. The ammo thing wouldn't be so much of an issue if the game were insistent on spawning one of these around every third corner. I've got about 60 shotgun shells right now, and by the time the level's over, I'm going to be nearly empty. I think we know how this is going to go. At least there's some actual room to dodge their shots this time. T-pose to assert dominance.
Kids are showing us. Somebody's gonna start crying.
Now that everything's dead, we'll jump up here. This train makes a trip from right to left, then hits no clip and does it in reverse at warp 5. Of course, the game would be remiss to not spawn several Shikari in the way. And no, they can't be killed by the train. It's tuned specifically for anti-cowboy work. Best bet would be luring them off the tracks to kill at your leisure, but if you're in a hurry, you can try to rely on the flare gun to lock them in place for a moment and just run. There's another soul drudge where you need to go, but that's a non-issue at this point. There's some more supplies here, particularly another battery for the Tesla cannon, and I think our first actual ammo pickup for the howitzer. More bombs are good too. In fact, we can use one right here. Present for 2 spiders. There's another voodoo doll down here too. No real ammo limit would be nice, but something with some actual punch to it was nicer. This room's kind of a bitch mostly because of the game's bugginess. Right there I got caught on thin air for no reason other than the game apparently decided I didn't take enough damage from the last 3 of these bastards I dealt with. And of course there's another one up top, and he already knows I'm coming. This is a recipe for disaster, considering Drudge Lords can move while firing if they decide to throw fireballs while you're out of sight. Fortunately, this Drudge Lord apparently decided to park himself in the center rather than come for me.
Did I hurt your feelings? Kids are shouldn't play so rough. Somebody's gonna start crying.
Well, we're here at the station. Unfortunately, the front door's locked. And they've got some zealots as doormen.
Love American style.
Yeah, no. Oh, the vaunted Hotel Coral Essex.
Locked.
Seriously, can't the Cabal ever start their schemes during regular working hours?
The number you have reached is not in service at this time. Please stay on the line like an idiot, and no one will answer.
I jumped the gun a bit on that, but I think you get the idea.
This place is a hellhole. Heh, I like it.
Oh, crap! There's nobody home. Go away. Leave me alone. I don't want any. Leave me alone. There's nobody home. Go away. I don't want any. There's
No, that's not normal.
Oh, crap.
that's good. This guy's a pain mostly because when he's stuck in the floor like that, trying to use the flare gun on him like I wanted to causes the game to crash as soon as his body clicks under the floor. No more creepy ghost twins here, but we do have a completely ridiculous fight. Time for proximity bombs to get to work. Real tough guys. There's one I already killed plus this one here. Down the hall is a third one, and there's a fourth one that'll be coming in a second. I mean, at least they don't have hit scan attacks, but still, these things are way too bullet spongy to be thrown at me in numbers like this and an area this cramped. Out the window we go. Looks like a level endpoint, right? Nope, just more Drudge Lords. Now let's look at some cut lines so I don't have to think about this bullshit. Unfortunately, my source seems a little confused on the concept for this level. There's only really 3 lines that were actually cut, and one of them showed up in a more appropriate context a few levels ago. 2 others are listed as cut, except they're not. It even admits that the longer line here can appear when you enter the area it's referring to, and from my experience it does so every time. More howitzer shells, maybe I'll remember to use them. Turn the corner and we get to a diner, the Choke and Puke. No reaction. Whoops.
I'll take a BLT. That's a lettuce, tomato, and blood sandwich. Hold the mayo, huh?
And there's our first cut line that wasn't actually cut. The other one is out back. Here's some lines that were, though. These 2 cultists were originally supposed to have a conversation mirroring the opening to Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, bone leeches. I think I already know what they taste like. Yeah.
No one can stop me. Ah, now that's a spicy meatball.
And there's our other not cut line from the famous 1969 commercial for Alka-Seltzer. And in the last stall, we have the anger.
Time to start piling up the bodies. Damn it. Oh, you're dead.
Blood for the blood god and all that.
Locked.
The way we need to go is locked, unfortunately. We're gonna have to find another way. We're gonna be dealing with a lot of Fanatics and Zealots together in here. Fortunately, this particular Zealot dropped another new weapon for us.
This is the Orb, another magic weapon. It's basically a Sentinel Sphere from Phantasm, which in gameplay terms makes it a copy of Turok 2's Cerebral Bore.
Unfortunately, it's hit by the same problem every other weapon in the game deals with. Inconsistent damage varying between an instant kill and about as good as harsh language. Probably the most noteworthy thing about it right now is that it has a secondary fire, but Caleb can't use it. It requires 200 focus, but Caleb only has 100. If you choose to play as any of the other children, Gabriella can't use it either for the same reason.
Feeling weak. That'll teach ya. Make the hurting stop.
Ah, Downtown Express, that's where we need to be. There's another zealot down there, and he decided one sniper rifle bullet to the brain wasn't going to be enough for him. Let's skip the bullshit that went on there. This room can be painful too if you just rush into things and let everyone get a shot at you. If you hang back, you can use the doors for cover and clear it out one at a time. Remember that for when the game doesn't give me the option in a later encounter or something, I guess. Hop on over to their side of the tracks and we got plenty of health again. Next time we're off to visit a canal lock. I'll see you then.